I'm a Lord of the Rings fan. I think that Tolkien is a genius. So for a while I thought about these two mysterious characters. Maybe my favorite mystery inside the Tolkien books. The two most mysterious characters in my opinion are the Blue Wizards. I'm talking about of Palando and Halatar. And I want to explore with you this mystery, what happened with this character, but also maybe we will get these characters in the Amazon Prime Ring of Power series. Maybe the Stranger is one of them. So guys, I'm right here in this video to talk about that, and let's start to talk about the wizard in general in this Tolkien fantasy world. And I want to start with Gandalf, my friends. Yeah, Gandalf is the most popular character of Lord of the Rings. Everybody know who is Gandalf. Everybody remember Gandalf against the evil forces of Saruman, with orcs, with everything, and against the main evil force, Sauron himself, my friends. So let's jump to the other wizard really popular. I'm talking about of Saruman himself, the White Wizard, because Gandalf is called the Grey and Saruman is the White. Saruman is the most powerful wizard, especially before the Gandalf become White Wizard himself. We remember in the Hobbit, but also in the Lord of the Rings, in the beginning, Saruman looks like is the leader of these five wizards, and we know what happened also in the story, because Saruman is the guy that become evil, is the first of the wizard that turn his back to the good things to become an evil guy, and we know that. But later on he became in trouble when Gandalf became the White. And the third one, popular, a little bit popular because of the Hobbit series of Peter Jackson, is Radagast the Brown. Radagast is a guy that lived in the nature, loved the animals, and is really peaceful wizard, and also is not the most powerful of them. Maybe is the guy with less power and less potential maybe to defend the Middle Earth, but in some way he helps Gandalf. We know that also, especially in the Hobbit. But now let's move to the other two guys, my friends, the Blue Wizard, Palando and Halatar. Let's talk about that now, guys. The Blue Wizard were the two wizards who were sent into the far east and south of Middle-earth to contest the will of Sauron, but never returned. So this is the big mystery, they never returned. The conception of the two Blue Wizards by Tolkien changed a lot between his earlier and later writings. So the idea was that were two other wizards in addition to Gandalf, Saruman and Radagast. This is the voice of Saruman.
Later, when you also have the keys of Mordor itself, I suppose, and the crowns of 7 kings, and the rows of the 5 wizards,
said Saruman in the Two Towers. Nothing more was said of these two wizards in the Lord of the Rings, and it was published as well. However, we know that Tolkien, in 1954 actually, said that the Blue Wizard traveled into the east with Curunir, but they did not return into the west. Their fate was unknown, but some held that they fell into evil and became servants of Sauron. So there is speculation about them. They become bad guys, bad evil wizard, and become servants of Sauron, like basically Saruman as well. In 1958, Tolkien said, "I really don't know anything clearly about the other two wizards. Since they do not concern the history of the Northwest, I think they went as emissaries to distant regions, east and south, far out of the Numerian range, missionaries to enemy-occupied lands, anywhere. What success they had, I don't know, but I feel that they failed, as Saruman did. So Tolkien in 1958 said that he didn't know what happened to the two wizards. Tolkien said also, I suspect that they were founders or beginners of secret cults and magic tradition that outlasted the fall of Sauron. And so Tolkien also suggests that only Gandalf returned to Valinor. So in a brief narrative about the Council of the Valar, the origin of the other two wizards are placed along Saruman, Radagast and Gandalf, and they have also different names. Saruman was also called Curumo, Radagast Ivandil, and Gandalf Olorin. So in the beginning it looks like that the Blue Wizards have no name, but later they were called Alatar and Palando. Oromi chose Alatar to send to Middle-earth to contest the will of Sauron, and Alatar decided to bring along Palando as his friend. So we know that Alatar and Palando, the two Blue Wizards, are also friends. So we know that the Council of the Valar sent the two wizards to the Middle-earth, and Oromi chooses to send Alatar, and Alatar brings along his friend Palando. Looks like that the Blue Wizard arrived in Middle-earth in the Third Age 1000, so roughly the same time as the other wizards. These two knows as the Blue Wizard travel into the east of Middle-earth with Saruman. But only Saruman returns to the northwest, not the Blue Wizard. There are also speculations that the Blue Wizard, Alatar and Palando, together or maybe independent of each other, they founded magic cults among the peoples of the eastern and southern regions. But in the later writings, Tolkien he changed his mind about these two Blue Wizards, and he says that the mission of the two Blue Wizards was to help the rebellion against Sauron, so probably they must have a very great influence on the history of the Second Age and Third Age, in awakening and disarraying the force of East. Their works, especially in the Second Age, is the reason why I think it's possible, just possible, that the stranger that we saw in Rings of Power series could be one of the two Blue Wizards. Could be because the time frame looks like the same. I don't think that this stranger is Gandalf, Saruman or Radagast. However, in the later writing, Tolkien changed dramatically his conception of the two Blue Wizards. He says that they no longer arrive in the Middle-earth along with Saruman, Gandalf and Radagast in the Third Age. Instead, they arrived much earlier, roughly the same time Glorfindel, in the Second Age 1600, and they were known with two different names, Morinitar and Romestamo. Maybe I prefer the two other names. Morinitar means darkness layer, and Romestano East Helper, and they were successful in preventing the forces of the East and South to protect the free peoples in the West. During the early Third Age and until the end, the Watchful Peace, they were tasked with finding where Sauron dwelt, and they failed. So this is what we know so far about the Blue Wizard. But we know now that maybe because of this information and because the time frame is possible that they will appear in the Rings of Power series, in my opinion. And I hope that I won't see this Blue Wizard in action and also in a cinematic version. So guys, let me know what you think about it. Don't forget to like, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and tell me what you think about this type of video if you want more of this channel. And please become my patrons to choose the next content and maybe another content like this one, guys. Thanks for watching, my friends, and so long, everybody!